Vanessa, you have to let go of everything. You got to let go of the Bible. You got to let go of writing the journal for now. You got to let go yelling at your husband, talking to yourself in the mind. You need to slow down, and the truth will catch up with you, and it will be amazing. I want to ask a question. Then I want to ask the biblical question. Did you forgive your mother?
Yes.
You forgave your mother?
I went to her and I sat with her, and yes.
And what did you say to her?
That I forgive her, that because, you know, sometimes she'll say, like, you wish that some lady at church is your mom instead.
She would say that to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, yeah.
And why would she say that?
And I would, well, unbeknownst to me, I'm always judging her and throwing stones at her. And I would call her a liar, be like, Mom, why do you say that? I love you. I don't want this lady to be my mom. But I just realized, like, when I coming across your channel, and people have told me too, like, you talk way too fast and too much, but you made sense of everything. But I realized I was a liar and I was hiding all this hate. And I told her, Mom, you know, you're right. It's not that I wanted this lady to be my mom. I just wanted you to be a holy woman. And that's like not right for me to do that too. So I forgive you, you know, for that. That's wrong. And, you know, and yeah, and, you know, and I forgive you for allowing your sisters and your mom to say ugly things about my dad. And I never even realized that, because yeah.
So did you forgive your father for not being there for you?
Yeah, yes, because it's sad that I had to do all the ugly things that I hated him for, that I was resenting him for me to be like, oh, I understand. And then coming across your channel, it just made more sense of all the jumbleness.
So you still want your mother to be holy, a holy woman?
I just want her to, I don't want her to be anything, you know, like, it just hurt, like, you know, and just me not even be so, like, microscopic on her, just let her be, you know, and just, like you're saying, like, you know, just, like, I just have to stop doing all this stuff and just mind my business.
Yeah. You need to mind your business, you need to slow down and work on you only. You can't work on your mother, you can't work on your husband. They can't work on you. Each individual is responsible for themselves, so only you can work on yourself. And so you don't even know what a holy mother is. If Mother Mary walked in this room right now, you wouldn't recognize her until you become that. And then you would know. Everything starts with you first, not with someone else. So cut it out.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes,
and just calm down and relax and stop judging your mother or anyone. You don't want you. God is not judging you. He has never judged you, and he never will. So you got to stop doing it too if you want to be free. That makes sense?
So much sense.
So calm down.
Thank you.
So you're going to have a quiet wife in the house this week. So what?
I said, we'll see about that.
She's going to work on herself this week. She's going to be totally quiet, go through the week, and she'll let me know how it goes. But you got to work on yourself, folks. You got to do the silent prayer if you want to be free. I can't make you free. And anyone that has anger is evil. I don't care who it is. You have anger, you cannot be trusted. An angry person is a murderer, and Satan is your God. And your nature needs to change. So the light, when you go and forgive by seeing that you're wrong, you will rise with the light. And once you rise in the light will come on inside of you, and then the light will kill the darkness, and you shall be free. The light will get rid of those identity, which is the nature of the devil. And so I would highly recommend you stop calling yourself I this and I that, I this, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. You're none of those things at all. You don't even know who you are yet. And the more identities you take on, the further it takes you away from who you really are. You got to live as a nothing. And that's the hardest thing for the ego to do, is to live as a nothing, because the ego want to be God. You're nothing. It's beautiful being nothing too. You have so much time on your hand. When you slow down and stop staying busy doing nothing, spending your money, wasting your time, trying to be better than the Joneses, running around looking like an idiot. When you be nothing, you're going to have so much time and an amazing life. Amazing life. I had a friend to go and make some keys for me yesterday. And so they went and made the keys. And then they said, I'm going to give them to the person tomorrow. I hope they work. I'm like, why are you hoping the keys work tomorrow? Why don't you just make the key, have the keys made, and not worry about tomorrow? But he thought, did you think it was normal to worry about tomorrow? Sorry, I didn't mean to expose him. I'm like, why did you say that?
Because I've noticed when you make keys, they don't always work that well.
And
so you can't just assume that they're going to work.
Right.
Because you made a copy of them.
And so he makes a good point. You can't assume that they're going to work, right? Because before it didn't work. But he's assumed that it's not going to work. He's assumed that it might not work because it didn't work before. And because he assumed that, that's why he said we have to wait and see. What would happen if he had not compared yesterday to tomorrow? Been there at all, and just had the keys made and wait and see. What do you think would happen?
We'll find out.
Right. You want a find out life. Does that make sense? Yes. You want a find out life. The ego wants you to think you know now. You want to know now because it want to keep you in an illusion of the past or the future, which keep you away from God, which keep you away from life. Because God, life, the truth, everything that you need is always right here, right now. It's always right here. So you got to practice being present now. Spend time working on now. Forget about, don't let the devil pull you into what has happened, what will happen. God is not into time. He's not into time, he's into right now. If your husband beat you last night, don't wake up this morning and think he's going to beat me this morning. Have a way to see if he's going to beat you. She got beat last night. Or if your wife beat you, because women are beating men now. If your wife beat you last night, don't wake up thinking my wife going to beat me this morning. Have a way to see. If she beat you, you got beat. Do you know that you bring things upon yourself? Yeah. You bring it on yourself by thinking that way. You could be afraid that something's going to happen, and it will happen. Isn't that amazing? But if you were not afraid and you have a way to see, it would not happen. Not only would you not do it to others, but it wouldn't be done to you. It would not. You bring it upon yourself. Because you are responsible for your own world. You're to blame for it. Whatever you're feeling and thinking is no one else's fault but yours. And nobody, it ain't out there, it's with you. It's inside of you. Your fear is inside of you. Your loneliness is inside of you. Your fake happiness is inside of you. Your everything is inside of you. But you don't see it because the devil tells you somebody else made you feel that way. You made me feel. I need you to help me overcome my loneliness. I need you to make me feel better. It doesn't work. Isn't that amazing? You can have perfect peace, but you gotta don't let anybody, when you go to the alcoholic meeting tonight, you going to the meeting tonight. And they tell you to stand up and tell us your name. You can stand up and say your name, and even say your name with consciousness because you are not even your name. People identify with name. They feel good about that name. Don't mess with my name. Why are you laughing at my name? They identify with name, and you can hurt them by making a joke about their name. It's like the blacks with their mama. Don't mess with mama. You talk about my mama, you got a fight on your hand. You act like you're talking about them. Right. Anyway, do you understand that? And it's not an easy thing to do because you're so identified with the false self. Like, who will I be? The devil screams, who will I be if I let this go? Who will I be if I don't be this way? Who will I be? That's not you screaming that. That's evil telling you that because you have identified with evil. So when you go to the alcoholic meeting tonight and they have you stand up and introduce yourself, I guess, just say, my name is John, I used to drink. Don't say, my name is John, I'm an alcoholic. Because what they're going to do is assign another alcoholic to you, or you got to call up, when you're about to take a drink, call up this other alcoholic and tell them that now you're on the phone drinking together. Or doing something else together. I know. Have you noticed the alcoholic people who are assigned alcoholic, they start dating each other? And then they hate each other. Because that's not the answer. The answer to the problem, you gotta let go. It's a spiritual battle. And you gotta let go. You can't fight a spirit. You just need to be aware of the spirit of evil. And read the Bible ain't gonna do it. You can read the Bible until the cows come home and never have perfect peace. You could Bible thump everybody and you'll still be miserable. You go home that night with your Bible and you still scared, you're still lonely, you're still whatever. Only dying from the ego death will make you free. That's the only thing gonna work. You could be a workaholic and you're still lonely because when you close that door at work, you're back into reality. I'm lonely. What would I do now? I have nothing to do. And you'll call up somebody that you hate and pretend you love them. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I'm just using you right now because I need to escape. That's what's really going on. Anyway, any questions about that? Right here and right here. And then I want to get to the biblical. Is this fun? When you start dying from the ego, when you pay attention to this stuff, there's no more fun than working on yourself. Because you're going to start dying and you'll become free. And you want more and more and more and more, and no one will be able to take it away from you. If the whole world turned against you, it wouldn't bother you because they didn't care about you anyway, and you didn't care about them.